Hey guys, thank you so much for all of your love and feedback on episode 1. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. This is episode 2 of the Jokes by Jay podcast. I am so excited that this is happening. I love doing this. You guys totally uh, helped me just have the confidence that I kind of was really lacking when I put that first episode out there. I was freaking out. I was like, this was awful. I didn't even listen to it until it was up for a couple of days. And I got like good feedback. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to listen. So I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you are listening slash watching for the first time, welcome. And yeah, I'm super excited. So this whole week, I just kind of want to do a little week in review, has been interesting. I did mention that I have 50 pounds to lose. I think so far since since I last talked to you guys, I lost probably 5 pounds. So 45 more to go. And yeah, that's been going good. Okay. Let me just be honest. Let's just be real here. The day after I shot that podcast episode, I had pizza, which is not part of my meal plan at all. I only had like 4 pieces. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's over. I reset the next day. I goes back on my diet bandwagon, and I have not been bad ever since, which is really good. So yeah, so that happened. And it's been raining like effing crazy in Los Angeles, which is good because we need the rain, but it's been a little nutty, and no offense to any native Angelinos, but people drive here like there's friggin' ice everywhere and it's snowing. It's insane. I'm from the East Coast. I'm not used to this. It's the traffic that it has created is psychotic. And that's pretty much, and then this is kind of what I really want to get into. I have like a little self-care, little snippet, little segment confession thing I want to do with you guys. So we went over last time that I've signed up for a full body laser hair removal session that is going to start in February. But I went the first time and I did this partial face laser hair removal, right? I did leave something out, and I just want to give a little disclaimer and a little justification as to why I didn't say this. But so women, I think especially, probably more than men, in my opinion, tend to we want to do things to make ourselves feel good, especially if we don't feel good about ourselves in the moment. Case in point, I am heavier than I would like to be. So I want to do things to make me feel good now or make me feel prettier or whatever, right? So when I went and I did this thing, I walked in and I had asked if they had any availability and an open slot for some Botox. It's face help. I asked for some face help. They did. So they were able to squeeze me in. Now, I just want to also, full disclaimer, I have gotten face help once before, and it was about a year and a half ago, and I didn't tell anyone. And it was by this plastic surgeon who's incredible, who's by my job, who I actually know personally. He's awesome. And he gave me some face help, and just like my forehead and my crow's feet, and then they call it the 11s, which is like the 2 lines in the middle of your eyebrows when you make a mad face. And it was wonderful, and it lasted much longer than 3 or 4 months like he said it would. And then I got pregnant and stuff, and you can't get face help when you're pregnant or breastfeeding. So when I went in, I don't usually do things with people I don't know, and especially something like that. And I don't do spontaneous stuff like that. I plan things like this ahead, and I think about it, and I'm like, okay. But that day I was like, you know what? I'm chubby and sad, and I want some face help if I can get some right now. So cool, zap off all my facial hair that shouldn't be, and do a little stuff, little things. So she was available. It was this girl. I don't know if she's a nurse or she's just somebody who just was walking outside. I have no idea what her education or background is in this area, but she gave me some face help. And we talked for a while after, and I left. And it takes about 3 to 5 days to see the effects of it. And so on the second day, um, I noticed that my right eyebrow was pretty much completely paralyzed. By the way, didn't tell my husband any of this. So, okay. Um, and it wouldn't, and I texted my best friend. This is the same with the skincare, with all the wonderful, her name's Lindsay. So I text Lindsay and I'm like, Lindsay, my eyebrow, like I did this thing, I shouldn't have done it. And she's like, oh my God, this is why you got to go to like that guy. You got to go to like that. I was like, I know, I'm totally going to go to him from now on, whatever. So, I'm sending her selfies because basically like my right eyebrow, the front, I guess is the front end of it, where it's like the one side closest to your nose, was completely, everything was just stuck there. And my left eyebrow, if I made and I'm very expressive, obviously, like with my face and stuff, would go up a little bit. And the right one's not. It was just a hot mess, right? And if you go back and you watch episode 1 of my podcast, you will be able to tell certain like facial expressions. This right eyebrow is just locked and loaded. It's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty effed up. So I was like, shit, now I'm going to do this podcast. And my friggin' eyebrow is all weird, right? It was all stroked out. I don't know what was going on. So thank God over the next few days, it straightened itself out. No pun intended. And now it's not too bad. So I'll show you so I'm going to raise my eyebrows about as high as I can possibly raise them. So this is it. Ready? That's it. That's it. But it's fine. And then this isn't as bad. And then when I smile, this situation on the sides isn't as bad, and fine. And I don't regret it. Okay. And whatever. Okay. Whatever. Also used to hate people that did this until I tried it. And now I'm #face help. I don't care. It's fine. So thank you for listening. I'm glad I got that off my chest. I feel way better now. Um, and then another thing happened. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go get my hair blown out, like washed and blow dried, and something else. This is probably the third time in my life I've ever done this. And a couple weeks ago, I feel like it was maybe, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. No, yeah. Whenever I told you guys about how I went to my hairdresser, he did my roots. He referenced my dark circles. His name is Igor, by the way. Love him. So, Igor, if you're listening, I'm not mad at you for the dark circles. That's what friends do. They're honest with their friends. It's okay. So anyway, he does my roots. Right next door to where he works is a blow dry place. And I believe it's the same owner. Correct me if I'm wrong, Igor. And so I go there because they're literally right downstairs from my job. So I go there. Was this yesterday? It was yesterday. I'm still rocking the blowout. They did a great job, obviously. But the girl who takes me in is like, I just dropped something that I'm about to show you guys. It's fine. We're not going to handle it in post because we don't edit this podcast. Okay. So anyway, so the girl who takes me, first of all, let me back up. I walk in and this chick comes up to me, super nice. She's like, I'm going to be the one that washes your hair. I'm like, oh, lovely. By the way, favorite part of the entire experience is getting my hair washed by someone else. If you haven't done it, try it. Someone else scrubbing my scalp is the best feeling on the planet. Okay. So all of a sudden, the woman who's going to blow dry my hair, unbeknownst to me at the moment, goes, oh, actually, I'm going to wash and blow dry her. I was like, oh, great. And I notice as we're walking over to the sink, she has rubber gloves on. But I'm like, it's fine because I also sometimes I'll use like blue shampoo on my hair because of my highlights. So fine. So I sit down and I lay back and I put my head in the thing and whatever, find the sink. And she starts like scrubbing. And I'm really like, why is this so fucking painful? And it's painful, like not in a good way, because she has a rubber gloves on. So it's like, it's pulling my scalp. You know what I mean? And I'm like, she needs to wet my hair more, put more soap, do something. Like, don't be chintzy on the soap, dude. It's not your shampoo. Are you personally providing the shampoo? I don't say anything. I'm like, okay. So I'm laying there. I'm chilling. I'm good. Right. She does a little conditioning, little bobbity boop, something. I don't know. She does this whole thing. We go sit down. She's tearing through my hair with what feels like a steel wool brush. I don't know what she's doing, but it hurts. And I'm just white knuckling it through. Right. So I'm like, this is already going swimmingly. Okay. She brushes my hair. It was awful. And then she says to me, and I had already told her at the sink, I get my hair done next door. My hairdresser's next door. And she goes, when was the last time you got your hair cut? And I was like, I don't know, like, you know, last time I just got my roots done, so I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, something like that. So she was like, "Oh, yeah, you need it. You need, like, a little trim." And I was like, Okay, thank you. I'll be sure to get that done." So she goes, I cut hair too." And I was like, "Oh, great. I get my hair done next door." And she's like, "Yeah, I know you said that." I was like, "Oh, okay. All right." So then she decides to switch gears, and I've already decided, because of like rubber glove finger scrubbing my scalp, I don't like this lady. Okay. So I don't like her. Okay. I'm just going to get through it. I hope to God she does a good job blow drying my hair and she redeems herself in some way. Right. And I'm going to tip her anyway because that's the kind of person that I am. And I just need to move on with my life. Don't like her. She switches gears and she says to me, "Do you have kids?" And I go, "Yeah, I do. I have 2 kids." And she's like, "Oh." And I go, "Yeah. How old are they?" "I have a 10-month-old baby boy and I have a 6-year-old girl." And she goes, "Wow, really?" And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "You look so young." And I was like, "Well, thank you." And I said, "I'm actually 39." And she's like, "No way." And she's like being genuine. She's like, "I thought you were 29 years old." And I turned to her in the chair and I go, "How much you charge for a haircut?" No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that to her. But I was like, oh my God. All of a sudden, just like, I was like, what a wonderful woman. What a wonderful, she's a little bit rough. She's Middle Eastern, as am I. I get it. She's a little bit rough. Maybe she had a rough day. I was 5 o'clock in the, I was probably her last one. She just want to tear herself through it. She fully redeems herself with this. She does my hair, does a great job, tipped her, felt great about it. Good. So far. Oh, and by the way, every night I've used my makeup removing face wipes that I have, but I've also been washing my face with actual face wash. I found some samples of like yummy little creams and stuff that I had that I haven't used. I'm like, oh, good. I'll do these until the stuff comes in that I ordered from my friends list. And then tonight I decided, you know what? I'm going to gut out all this crap in my bathroom because I have so much shit under my sink. And I have a friend, Ariana, who does amazing, amazing home organization. Like amazing. Like I posted about how she did my daughter's room and my kitchen. She also just did a friend of mine's house. She's incredible. And she inspired me. I was like, I need to gut this shit out. Like I could do this myself. This is just being lazy. You know what I'm saying? So I went in there with a huge shopping bag and I got like literally the shopping bag was domed over. It was so full of just trash. So many things expired, so many things I don't even use. I was like, great. And I realized how much shit I actually had that I could have been using that I wasn't because I'm not fucking doing any of this. You know what I mean? And I found some things. And so I brought them to show you. One of them, which fell to the floor, which I'm not going to get because it just doesn't matter. Most of them are just face masks, which I don't normally do. Obviously, I don't do them ever. I think I think honestly, in my 39 years, I've done a face mask twice in my entire life. So the one that fell to the floor is from a company called Beverly Hills MD. It is actually the line that the plastic surgery guy that I told you about with the face help and with Botox, he has that line at his place and he gave me like this goodie bag of stuff and I used all the face cream and stuff, but this was a face mask that I haven't used. So I'm like, okay, good. Maybe I'll use it. None of these things have expiration dates on them. I'm going to assume they're fine. The next thing is called, which I have here, K Bella Professional Foaming Volcanic Ash Clay Sheet Mask. This sounds fantastic. This is from a friend of mine who came by and gave me a little goodie bag of things when I was like postpartum, had my newborn baby. Her name is Jess. Thank you, Jess. I need to use this. I'm very sorry that I haven't already. Hopefully, again, no date. I'm going to assume it's fine. This I think might have come from Lindsay. I'm not sure. Peach and Lily sheet mask set. I don't know who gave this to me. That's how long it's been. There are 3 sheet masks in this. This is what it looks like. Lovely packaging. It's in a box. It might be from Lindsay because she's a good friend. She's very honest. So the three mask options are Good Skin Day, Reset Button, and the third one, which is my personal favorite, is Chubby Cheeks. Okay. Purpose of that one is to lift and plump. So thanks. Again, no date anywhere on here. Going to use it. We'll see how that goes. Okay. And the third and final thing that I found is from my dear sister, who I mentioned works at a company called Malin and Getz, and they're a skincare line. And her lovely self gave me uh, this beautiful box, Vitamin B Hand Treatment Trio, because this chick knows my hands look like shit. I pretty much have man hands. Also, no polish, no nothing, because I'm going to say I don't have time. Obviously not true, because I have time to get partial face laser hair removal and face help. So I could definitely, I need to get it together. But we're getting there little by little. I think like week 1, I mean, I'm talking about like week 1, not obviously of the new year, because we're like a good 2 weeks into the new year, but like week 1 of from episode 1 to episode 2, I've done some things. You know what I'm saying? Actually, before episode 1, I had done some things. I wasn't totally full disclosure with you guys about it. And now we're all friends. It's fine. No one's judging me or you are. It doesn't matter. I don't care. And yeah, and I even upped my game and I stopped using my metal straw and I have my plastic straw now because I was going to slurp tea out of the cup. Some women use these straws because I'll tell you something. Hang on. Let me take a sip. I'm drinking French vanilla decaffeinated tea. It is so goddamn good. Okay, anyway, some women use straws. I'm going to tell you a little secret because I work at a cosmetic dental office. If you use a straw to drink anything that's of color, okay, which no one's going to do this with like red wine, but if you did, or like a ventilated lid, like they have like those to-go lids for like coffee. So coffee, anything that's not water, the liquid stays behind your teeth. And so the outside of your teeth don't stain. Okay. The downside to it is that you will eventually develop smoker's lines because you're, pouting your mouth in the way to suck from a straw like you would from a cigarette. But it's also good because it's good. I'm not doing it for any of that. I don't give a shit about I don't care. I'm doing it because I don't want to be taking the cup and like that. That's disgusting while you're listening to a podcast, you're welcome. So yeah. I've gotten some good feedback from episode 1. My sister is dying to be on this podcast. She wants to come in like in a couple of days and do an episode with me and tell dating stories and whatever. She's like writing me different ideas throughout the week. Like she's now producing the show. I don't know what's happening. So she'll be on at some point. Maybe I can get her on. If I could get her on the next couple of days, maybe she'll be episode 3. We'll see. The other person who is so excited about being on this podcast is my mom. My biggest concern with having her on is first of all, thank God it's not a live show because I would be fucked if she was on this show and it was live, but it's not. So there's probably going to be a lot of stopping and then continuing on, but my mom really wants to be on it. My real concern with her is to try to get her to come on, sit here next to me and not wear sunglasses. She has a tendency to wear sunglasses. She'll come in and she has them on. She's like saying hi to the baby and she's like, hi, why isn't he smiling? I'm like, take your sunglasses off. What the you come in here. Like every time she comes in, all I hear is that song, Sunglasses at Night. You know that song from like the 80s? And I'm like, you don't need them on. First of all, you're inside. No, you're not a famous person. When famous people do it, it's annoying. Why do you have your sunglasses on? Take them off. Then she takes them off and the baby like slightly, he's like, okay. Like she's like, it's Mimi. It's Mimi. Like, and it's just very intense. You know what I mean? So she wants to be on. I'm sure that will be a really great episode. I'm very excited about having them both on. My mom, my sister. Maybe we could have Lindsay on. Maybe she can talk about self-care herself because she's a fucking pro, dude. Oh my God. Another crazy little self-care tidbit that I didn't even know was a thing. My husband and I like toy with the idea every now and then of like, maybe we should move like closer to where my daughter's school is because it's a 20-minute drive every day. And we went to look at this house and we were in the master bedroom and there was this huge white thing plugged in, like this massive, it was like a giant rectangle that was taller than me. And I'm 5'5", and it was plugged into the wall and it had all these little holes on it. And my husband was like, what is this? And it's some like infrared thing with heat that you stand in front of when you get out of the shower. I don't even know what this is about. If you guys know what this is about, please leave me a comment and tell me. Because again, I'm slow on all these things, and I need all the information. So that was crazy. There's all kinds of like stuff you can do. I've seen like stories of people, good friends of mine, who were like in these chambers with red lights, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I think I need that. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm starting to take care of myself. I'm doing things that make me feel good. I started off really bad with the pizza. But it's okay. We're moving forward. You know, new year, new me. Tomorrow's a new day. These are the kinds of slogans that we're going to be hearing, you know, that we need to just let stick with us. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the week. And then I want to, here's the other thing. So I have my phone. So my sister who wants to be on, she's like, I want to tell I have a dating story I never told you. I'm like, okay. By the way, just as a side note for any of you who did watch episode 1 or listen to it, my sister still hasn't given me the name of that goddamn lip liner because it doesn't exist. Okay. So if I am coming out clean on this face help thing, she needs to, we're going to talk to her. We're going to ask her about it. She's going to, I guarantee you, she's going to avoid the subject at all costs. She says to me this, she was like, oh, look, I just got this from her. Do you think we could move my episode to the following week? I just have so much to do before Thursday and I don't want to feel rushed and focus. LOL. What is happening? Like, does she think this is like a big deal? I wish this was a big deal. That's what we're working on. But no, she wanted to know if she could tell a dating story about a guy who was missing a finger. I'm like, 1000%. Yep, you can tell that story. There was another dating story she told me that I don't even know. So I'm looking forward to that. And we could just live, any of us who are not dating can live vicariously through these horror stories she has. And she's very excited. Clearly, she's very excited. So hopefully she has the lip liner on. There's no lip liner. And yeah, I think that's it. You guys have been so freaking awesome. Like, I can't even tell you. I'm so excited about this. This last week, I was also a guest on someone else's podcast, which was super cool. I'll have to find out. I think they're going to air it in like February or something, and I'll let you guys know about that. That was really cool. And yeah, thank you so much again for joining me on episode 2 of the Jokes by Jay podcast. I cannot wait to see you next week. I released the first one on a Monday. I think I might try to shoot for releasing these on Sundays instead. We'll see how that goes. And I will see you next time. Bye.